Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kansas City Royals franchise here on MLB The Show 23. I am DFG and today we are looking at the future of this baseball team as we look at some of the best prospects in this organization before we get to the draft in 11 days. The first player we will look at here today is Gavin Cross, probably our best position player for the future. Center fielder who can play in the outfield. Got very good stats against right-handed hitting, but his left-handed hitting's not terrible either, so he's definitely someone we can look at here for the future. His fielding ratings also aren't terrible, and he's one of the players that I would be looking at to bring up to the September call-ups. I think he's definitely ready. He's had a great start to the franchise in this game so far. He did very well at AA before we moved him up to AAA only a few games ago. He's had 4 games there, and he's got a 357 average, so really looking forward to playing with Gavin Cross here today to see what he could hold for this team in the future. All-American Park here plays host to the Indianapolis Indians versus the Omaha Storm Chasers as we get to take a look at our best prospect in the minor leagues, Gavin Cross, or at least he is very much one of the best prospects. He's definitely our best position prospect as we take a look at him here today. We start in the field. Austin Cox is on the mound, and that's going to fly out to center. And Cross is going to take care of it. And Cross will get his first at-bat here in the second inning. As we said, Cross is very good against right-handed pitching as a lefty. Makes sense, right? And we are facing a right-handed pitcher here today, so we will see his better, we will see him against his more preferred pitcher here today. But there is other players I would like to take a look at in terms of position players for the future of this team. Caden Wallace is a very good player down here as well, but I think he's at AA. He's a third baseman, and but he's injured at the moment, so we won't be playing with him here today. Maybe we'll take a look at him going into next season for possibly making the Major League roster, but we'll have to wait and see. He's been injured for a lot of the season, got a pretty bad injury, so. But back to Gavin Cross here as he's 2-2 and then gets a full count, so. I'd like to see Cross increase his hitting against lefties. His ratings are going down in that category as he strikes out here on the high two-seamer. And here we go, bottom of the fourth. Gavin Cross is here again, facing Quinn Priester. We'll see what he can do here today. I hope we are playing a player lock game, and you're going to see how bad I am at base running if we do get on. So, something that you guys can all make fun of me about in the comments. I really do suck at base running. I'm not really a guy to usually play player lock, but I do want to put some spotlights here on some of the players in the minor leagues as Gavin Cross hits a blooper down left field line, and it drops in, and he will get on base. And he starts his day 1 for 2. Austin Charles is up next. So Gavin Cross is on first base. And let's see if we can not make a base running mistake. And that's it. And it's caught. Get back, get back, get back. Get back. I told you I sucked at base running. But we're out. That was a double play. Another chance here for Gavin Cross in the bottom of the 6th. He's 1 for 2, and a man is on, and he jumps on the first pitch down the left field line again. And this could be extras. Cross, 76 speed, comes into second and gets himself a double. Very nice. That was a good hit. Hit hard. Right down the left field line. Well fair. And that's a double. 2 for 3 so far. So I do think Cross is going to be called up for September call-ups. As I said, that all depends on how he gets on at AAA. He is, I think, in and around the overall level of Drew Waters, who is currently starting in center field for us at the majors. And would like to concentrate just on the minor leagues for this episode, just to see what we might have in the future as Gavin Cross is able to get in for 2 runs as Austin Charles gets a 2-run single. Bottom of the 8 here for Cross. And this is probably going to be his last at-bat. His double was a nice hit. His single was good contact, but pretty happy with how he played. I think he's a very good all-rounder. He's young. He's got time to improve. He can hit for a little bit of power. I don't think he's going to have overwhelming power, but against righties, he can't hit for them if he fouls that ball off. I think with the way the team is going at the major league level, we would like to take a look at Cross just to bring him up. He is one of the better overall players in the outfield that we have, or at least in center field. So there will be no problem in bringing him up and get him a few at bats at the major league level. 2-2. Can he get a hit here on his possible last bat of the day? Nope, he strikes out. 2 for 4. That's probably going to end his day. And it does, but they do end up getting the win. I was pretty impressed by Cross. He didn't have much to do in the field, but he got 2 for 4 with a double. Not a bad outing, and felt pretty comfortable hitting with him as well, so that's a good sign for the future. Very excited about Gavin Cross. And now we start our pitching prospects, and we have a lot of really good starting pitchers. Asa Lacy is the first one up here today. He's actually got one of the highest overalls of all our pitching. I think he's like 4th in the organization for starting pitchers, but he's not been doing well down at AA, and we'll have to take a look at him here today to see how his development is going. He's got a 4.26 ERA, but he's got a very good strikeout rate, and I would like to take a look at him here today as we face the Wichita Wind Surge here down at AA with Asa Lacy on the mound. And here we go. Asa Lacy gets his first pitch, and it's grounded to second straight away. So that's the first out. Lacy is a strikeout pitcher, and I think he's going to want to get a lot of strikeouts as Kersey is able to get a single to left field. I don't know where Lacy's going to be down the line for us. He's not been doing particularly well so far at AA, so he hasn't got a chance to move up to AAA. I think he's got a 4.26 ERA, as I said earlier. But, and the second baseman there tries to get 2, and he'll only get 1 as he drops that. Wasn't an error for the second baseman, but that's a play you would expect to make. The double play. Nice circle change there. Probably a little bit too high, but Severino swung through it. The slider is low. We do have a lot of good pitching in the organization at the moment. And we will get to see a few of them here today. So Asa Lacy is the first of 3, and the curveball gets him to strike him out in the first. We got some run support here. Northwestern Arkansas gets to 2, and the second base again struggled. I think that's Clay Dungan. And it is Clay Dungan. He's made 2 poor fielding plays there. He did still make the plays. Like, his fielding isn't that bad where he should be making, he should be struggling with these ground balls, but luckily enough, both of those plays were made. And that's the second out of the inning. 2-1 against Will Holland. And that's going to fly to center. So, pretty good start to Asa Lacy, 2 scoreless innings. And that will end the second. Talked about Clay Dungan earlier. Had two rough fielding outings, but he did get the outs on both of them. Went down 2-0 early, and now it's 3-1 against Alex Isola for Asa Lacey as he grounds to first. That's the first out. I do like Lacey's control, I will say. He's done really good at just locating his pitches. Like he doesn't miss wildly. He'll miss every now and again, but like that one wasn't a particularly good pitch, way inside, but he nearly got Smith to go. Now 1-1. Oh, no call on the circle change low. It is just a bit low, but that's a really nice pitch that a batter like that doesn't want to deal with. 2-2. Strikes him out with the inside fastball. 2 down. Michael Hellman is the third batter here. Circle change is low. As I said, he's done well, Lacey. And that curveball is left up, but he's going to get away with it, and that'll end the third. Kersey got a single earlier. Lacey's doing well. He's starting the fourth with only 31 pitches, and Dungan makes a play there at second. Aaron Sabato. This could be a very long game for Lacey if he keeps on getting quick outs the way he has. And that's another 2-pitch inning, it seems, as that one's going to fly to right field. Lacey looking very impressive. Behind here, but that one's going to fly out to left on 3 pitches. And Lacey's through 4. I just went online to check out if I'm saying his name right. It is Lacey, but it's Asa Lacey, not Asa Lacey. So that's my bad. I am going to have to look up some of these names because some of them, you may not be able to know. And I don't watch minor league baseball or baseball all that much to, know the names off by heart. Though I do watch some highlights every now and again when I get a chance. And to be fair, I actually do watch the highlights nearly every day. Not every now and again, but Lacey he's 3-1 now. He's behind Solare. And that one's high in the zone, but fouled off. Tacked him on the up and in. And then a dirty curveball to get the strikeout. That was a nasty curveball. Outside, low. Solare is not going to want to deal with a ball placed there. And that's another curveball, but this time on the inside. That slider is low and fouled off. Lacey is really good at putting the ball where he wants to put it. His control is perfect. And he's scoreless through 4. But he's got a full count now. And he hasn't walked anybody yet, but this could be his first walk of the day. Nope! And he's going to strike him in on a fastball inside. Struck him out with a fastball inside as he faces the 7-hitter Will Holland, and he is going to hit the first pitch into center field, and that'll end the 5th. And that one is going to drop in front of the left fielder. I believe that's Hernandez out there as Isola gets the second hit of the day for the Wichita Wind Surge. He has had 5 scoreless innings. That one's inside. Just didn't get the call. The circle change gets called a strike. A little bit higher than you'd want that to be. And now he gets ahead here again. 60 pitches into his day. Another one in the dirt. And the second baseman can't get the out. Bad camera work by me, but a wild pitch does get the batter to the runner to second. But he gets the strikeout of Smith on a high fastball. Lacey's fastball is usually around 94. He's got a pretty good fastball. And he's got one down here in the sixth. Make it 2 as the runner advances. And he's got one more out to play with. Needs to get this guy out if he wants to keep that 0 on the board. Deshaun Kersey singled earlier. Got the first hit of the day. Got a piece of the curve ball, but that will make it 1-1. And that will be out at center field, end of the sixth. 6 scoreless innings, and with the way his pitch count looks, he could get very deep into this game, Lacey. That one is smashed, but Hernandez makes the play at left field. I am correct, it is Hernandez. That one was hit hard, but it's caught in left field. I don't know all of the minor leaguers' names. Like, I don't know them off by heart. I know Clay Dungan now at second base, but there's a few guys I wouldn't know. I do know Hernandez. That curveball's inside to go way down here, 3-0. Put the fastballs in there. 73 pitches. And that one's grounded to third. So that's 2 down here in the 7th. We talk about people want to get through baseball games quick. And Lacey's making quick work of this lineup. And this is really going to help his ERA, which is above 4.26 coming into this game. And he's 3 behind again. He can work out of these situations, though. He'll just fire a fastball in there right down the middle. No one tends to try and hit it because I guess they're afraid to whiff on it, maybe. I don't know. But the curveball gets it back to a full count. And that one's low, and that's the first walk of the day. Going to have to be Andrew Bechtold, who's going to have to be the man he gets out here. Gets ahead in the count quickly. Lacey's delivery is so quick as well. He's perfect for today's baseball, where they're trying to get through games much quicker than they did back in the day. 1-2. And it's hit, and that will also get a hit. And they've got 2 on here now in the 7th. I know we talked about Lacey and his control, but the one thing I will say is that his control is still good. Like, he's still not missing, like, badly. It's just guys have hit it. Like, that's exactly where I would want it, and that's perfect. End of the 7th, still scoreless. Lacey gets out of a jam. And he stays in for the 8th. He's got 88 pitches. So he's done incredibly well. Lacey, if he can just perform down the stretch, could get up to AAA as that flies out the left. That's a good circle change low. That's a good take from Armani Smith. Slider's a bit high, but he gets away with it. That's the thing I think his worst pitch has been so far, is his slider. Everything else has been pretty good. I still don't see the control issues. That one was a little bit up. Curveball again. That one was high. So the control is still, there to a certain extent, but it is getting worse as he walks another batter. That's only his second walk of the day, though, so it's not like he's walking everybody. As Hellman gets one down, and it looks like there's going to be runners at the corners here in the bottom of the eighth, with only one down. Got himself into a jam now. That's a nice fastball on the inside. Oh, he gets a good call, and very nice call there, which could have been called. But the curveball again gets him. I said the curveball was a little bit elevated earlier, but it's the slider that I was worried about, not the curveball. He's actually done well with the curveball for the most part. He has missed it a few times, but that one was filthy. But he is 2-0 to Sabato. That slider was nice. Probably a little bit elevated, but not too bad. He is starting to get tired now, over 100 pitches. You'd expect him to. And that's grounded to second. And that will end the eighth. 8 scoreless innings for Asa Lacy. And they will take him out for the ninth. Closer Evan Sisk is going to come in. That's the end of Asa Lacy's day. And we get the win. Asa Lacy went 8 innings and put up a 0. Really good work from possibly our best pitching prospect here in the organization. 8 innings, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Not a bad day for Asa Lacy, as he is really someone I'm looking forward to bringing up to the majors in a year or two. However, he's not the only great pitching prospect we have here down at the Double-A level. We also have Ben Kudrna, which I got his pronunciation of his name off the MLB website. But he's got a 3.24 ERA. Pretty solid stats around across the board. His velocity is his best stat. But he looks to be a good pitcher as well. And he is next for a game here today. And we are back with the Northwestern Arkansas Naturals as we face the Wichita Wind Surge once again. And Ben Kudrna is on the mound. And he will be challenging Asa Lacy to be one of our best pitching prospects in the organization. And I do think that Kudrna probably has a little bit more of a, I suppose, well-rounded skill set. That's not to say that Asa Lacy's isn't. It's just I think Kudrna can do a little bit of everything. Does have good velocity. And he gets with him a nice change-up low to strike out Hellman. Kersey, of course, got the single off of Lacy in the previous game. And Kudrna here is 5 pitches into his day. He's another guy that I think is probably... He's at least 2 years off Biggs. I think Lacy is that bit closer. And he's down 3-0 here early. Two seamers in there. He's got a better ERA than Lacy so far, so Kudrna is performing better at the moment. But he's got a full count here. And the slider gets him to ground out to the shortstop. But the first baseman did have to make a play. Aaron Sabato's next. High strike. Nice position for that fastball. His fastball doesn't clock as high as Lacy's. Lacy's is about 94. Kudrna's is about 90-91. So he's a little bit less in terms of that velocity on his fastball, as that ball was foul. A slider goes way outside, and Sabato takes it. Yeah, we're at the time of year now where some of the sports start to come back. Soccer and American football as Kudrna gets out of the first. We just said it there about the sports games coming out, and I don't know if I'll go for EAFC 24, but we'll see. Madden, I haven't really played Madden for quite some time. I think they need to make some considerable improvements to the game if they're gonna want me to buy it. But I'll have to wait and see. I would like to do some Madden content here. I've also been thinking about doing some NCAA 14 content as well, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out as Kudrna is down 3-1 here against Kelly. Back to the show, and that's ground out to first baseman. Out number 1. Seeing all the same suspects here as Lacey did the day before. But Kudrna's not quite doing as well in terms of his pitch count. I think Lacey was a lot better, but that one's a pop out to the catcher. And he's got 2 down here in the second. I mean, his pitch count isn't bad, but I think Lacey had 18 through 2. And he's going to leave up a hit to our Manny Smith to center field. And that's the first hit of the day he's let up. That inside fastball really working for him today. And he's been hitting it with, really nice changeup. That changeup is really good as well, low in the zone. He's got a few guys with that as well. And the 2-seam fastball is going to end the inning. Kudrna's impressive. We're going to try high and inside here again. And there it is again. That one looks really, like his fastball inside looks deadly, and the changeup low. There's the 2-seam fastball as well. That's also been getting people to whiff low as well. But that's some two really good pitches. We saw Lacey earlier, and he kind of had that one pitch. His slider wasn't as good as the rest of them, but this kind of it's the same here. Slider for Kudrna isn't exactly perfect, but it's everything else is working. The 2-seam fastball is in a good location, but it gets hit. It's through the shortstop and second baseman. And now it's Isola. Ooh, just inside in that changeup. There's another high inside fastball that's called a strike. Kudrna is doing really well. As I said, the slider is really the only thing that he's not locating. Everything else he's locating perfectly. That's a low fastball in the zone. I thought I'd have more control issues with these pitchers, but no, and the changeup strikes out another batter. That's like the 3rd strikeout of someone here today with that changeup low. Could be his strikeout pitch going forward. That one's inside. It's gonna fly out to left field, and he's able to track it down. 2 down. 39 pitches here. Isn't that strike there on the outside? Clips the outside corner. And that one's foul. So, 0-2. Maybe a strikeout here. And it's again a high inside fastball that gets the strikeout. He really does have that inside, high in the zone fastball doing real work for him as he gets one again. That and the changeup seem to be the 2 things that people are struggling to hit. The 2-seamer low also is catching some people, though that was hit earlier. But Kudrna is doing a very good job, and the 2-seamer low in the zone is going to get crushed. And Sabato is going to get a home run and give Wichita the lead. It's a little high on that 2-seamer. And he's getting no run support. So Kudrna has given up a home run here. Let's see if he can settle it down here. If that ball seems to be going foul, and it is. 1-1. A low four-seamer straight to the second baseman. And that's one down here in the fourth. Solari is up next, and Kudrna. 48 pitches here. We want to get through this quickly, but I do think that he's done a really good job so far, other than the home run, which wasn't a terrible pitch, but didn't get the two-seamer called a strike there. That was pretty much the little bit of the same position as his two-seamer that got crushed earlier, except a little bit more outside. And the high fastball gets the strikeout again. I think we found Kudrna's best pitch. That fastball high and inside. People just can't seem to hit it. And he locates it so well as well. That one's foul. That's the only one today that's actually been, dangerous, I suppose, but was always going foul. This one's ground to first, and that'll end the fourth. But he did give up a home run, and Wichita are 1-up here on Northwestern Arkansas. Still no run support for Kudrna. And I will say he's done well. The two-seamer low and inside gets the first out. He is a little bit further away from the major leagues than Lacey is, though. But I do like his control. His fastball is really nice. The changeup can do some damage as well. Yeah, I like where Kudrna's at, and he's gonna get back-told here and pop out first, and that's the second out. 60 pitches, about to end the fifth, and there it is, the end. His pitch count is better now. 61 through going into the sixth. It's not too bad. See how far he can go, but he's finally got some run support, Kudrna, so Arkansas are now winning. Is that fastball is not high enough, and Hellman is going to get a very nice double indeed. I don't remember him walking a batter today, Kudrna, so the control has been there. I think it's 3 hits so far. That fastball is high in the zone, and it's going to be a fly out to center. No test from second. That's one down. Here's the man who homered off from earlier. That was a nice fastball low that didn't get the call. And that's another low fastball with a two-seamer this time. And it's fouled off. And the slider is taken away. Another high fastball. And a fly out to left field. And another fly ball that the second baseman won't test. Hernandez has a rocket out there at left field. That was a really good throw to third. I don't know how he'd beat throwing home. Oh, that was a nice two-seamer fastball, but he didn't get the call. Kudrna hasn't got many calls today. There's a few questionable calls that he could have gotten that he didn't. And now it's 3-1. I think for the most part the umpires have been good, but there's been a few borderline ones that he could have gotten. He has 2 down now, and it's a pop-up, and Kudrna is going to take care of it himself. And that'll end the 6th. Should we be worried about the home run per 9? Maybe. I don't think so. I don't remember it being too bad. It's 50. So just did a quick check there. So it's pretty run of the mill, not too bad for and for Double A it's probably pretty high. So he had that's his 11th home run of the season. I think he's given up. So that's a decent amount. But he has gotten something like 90 innings down here. So 11 home runs in 90 innings isn't terrible by any stretch of the imagination. But it's a full count here to Armani Smith here in the bottom of the 7th. Did I say Armani Smith? No, Armani Smith is on deck. It's Alaric Solari, and that one is taken by Duncan. When you take away those two fumbled balls earlier, Duncan has done pretty well at second base. Now here is Armani Smith. It was Solari in the last at-bat, but I saw him being on deck, so... But he gets another hit. I think that's his second hit of the day, Armani Smith. Slider was up, and he gets away with it. It's going to fly to left field. Hernandez doing a lot of work here in the field through the first two pitching games we've had here today. Like to see more of that fastball high and inside, and it was there. He missed it a little, but again Hernandez is going to take care of it, and that's going to end the 7th. And the Naturals have taken a 5-run lead. And that's going to be the end of Kuderna's day. Beck Way is going to make his way in. And Kuderna, I think, did an excellent job through 7 innings. A very good outing for another one of our pitching prospects here at Double A. We did end up winning that game 6-1. And there is one more pitching prospect that I want to take a look at here. But first I'm going to show you quickly what we're doing in terms of our last scouting session. This is what we're looking at. So, Sinnott, Lindsay, and Newby. Our last pitching prospect here for this episode is Frank Mozzicato. Very good at keeping the ball in the park. He's not going to walk many batters. And he's had a 2.71 ERA here down at Double A. And at 19 years old, he's going to be one of our best pitchers for the future. Mozzicato is a part of like the Holy Trinity here down at Double A with Lacey and Kuderna. And that's why I haven't really been looking for starting pitchers in the draft. I don't want to take a starting pitcher that early because we do have some good players in the organization with these 3 guys plus Brady Singer at the major leagues, though I don't think that Singer's season is going as well as you would hope. As Mozzicato has a 2-2 count here after that curveball missed low. That is his calling card. I did some research on him, and his curveball is supposedly his best pitch. So let's see what he can do with that today. It's the 2-seamer that's going to get his first strikeout, though. Didn't look at Kuderna's strikeouts for those for his day the last day. I probably should have taken a look at that. It was a good few strikeouts, though. He did well. As Kersey lines out the third base. You know what Sabato can do, and that one was right down the middle for him to hit, and he didn't hit it. He's definitely one of their best hitters, Wichita. Aaron Sabato, a very nice change up there by Mozzicato on the outside. But the curveball is missed way inside, nearly hit him. So let's see what he can do. It's high. Mozzicato's closer to Kuderna with his fastball, and that was a nice curveball. That ends the first. He's copying Kuderna there with a high inside fastball to get a strike. Very nice. That clips the inside corner. And as I said, Kudrna and Mazzucato are very close in terms of what they bring to the table. They are very similar in the way they attack the strikeout zone. And there's another great curveball that catches Severino just inside, clip the corner. That's another great inside fastball. I'm having some real success with inside fastballs today. And these guys are really locating the fastball. I think I'm a little bit surprised with how well they've been locating and controlling their pitches at the AA level. There's another beautiful curveball, perfectly placed, down and in. Two-seamer is fouled off. Could have been trouble. I do think you have to take a look at the pitching at AA, as that's another nice curveball, but it's out of the zone. And that one's going to go into the hit, into right field. But I do think that pitching is way overpowered in the lower, at the minor leagues. They're just not as good at hitting. So that's something you have to take into account as well. But I do think that these guys have been hitting their spots and locating their pitches. It's not that like they're missing, although that curveball was missed and fouled off. Another thing as well is I don't think that, like, other than I think Kelly is the only player that for Wichita has actually that has like a reasonably good average, and the changeup is going to strike out Bechtold. What's that, like 4 through 2 so far for Mazzucato? Doing a really good job striking out pitchers, and that's a nice two-seamer low. I should have gotten Kudrna's strikeout numbers, and I didn't. I just kind of sped through it. I didn't talk through it anyways, but we will. I think he was. I think he had like 6 or 8 or something. A little bit, maybe a little bit less than Lacey, but you guys will be able to see his performance anyway. And that's all I really wanted to show. See how good these pitchers are here down at AA. There are some other great pitchers as well down here that are doing well, but probably don't have the ceiling or the upside that these 3 have. And maybe we can add 1 or 2 more pitchers to that rotation as he gets another strikeout. I am looking at like mid to late round starting pitchers that I could pick up, and that could really round out this rotation. So you'd have Lacey, you'd have Mazzucato, you'd have Kudrna, and maybe a guy we draft. So this AA pitching rotation could be pretty nasty next year. Didn't get the inside fastball up high to get in the zone that time, and the curveball is left up but not punished. And again, the curveball is left up, but not punished. And the two-seamer is low, and Isola is going to get the first hit of the day. Or was it the second? I'm not 100% sure. But the very next batter is going to fly out in the first pitch. So we're back on track with Mazzucato. I have been looking at doing more series. FM 24 is probably coming out soon, so that's something I'd want to take a look at as well. Maybe I just have so many ideas for all these different series, but it's like you can't have a series in everything. I have 2 series now, and trying to alternate weeks because I don't always have all the time in the world to get these videos up. And the changeup is going to get another strikeout from Mazzucato here on Hillman. But yeah, like I mean, I like doing the videos, but sometimes you just don't get the time to do 2 videos in a week. I was able to get some time here to work on 2 videos, but we'll have to wait and see where we go with that. Don't want to overload the channel with different series that aren't getting updated often enough. And there's another strikeout to end the third for Mazzucato. I do think college football is something I want to explore, though. We could do a small series. We'll have to wait and see, but Let's get back to Mazzucato here as he gets 0-2 very quickly, gets ahead in the count. And the curveball is going to go straight to third base. Much like Kudrna the day before, Mazzucato is not getting that much run support. They did near the end. They got him 6 runs, Kudrna, but we're into the 4th now and still no runs for Mazzucato to protect. But he has also put up a 0, so that was a nice location for that 2-seamer. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. And that's number 3. Popped out. 4 down. Bottom of the 5th, and once again, no run support. But that one's going to fly out to right on 1 pitch. Decent pitch counts. Here's going into the 5th. You'd like it to be a little bit lower, but he's done well. And that's another nice 2-seamer. He's getting a lot done with that 2-seam fastball. And there's a changeup. That 2-seamer and that changeup low. They're struggling to hit it. That curveball is left up, but he gets away with it, and it grounds to third, and that's the 2nd out. Isola got a hit earlier. And now we face him again. I'm trying to be keeping these another changeup that gets that fools them. Keeping a lot of the 2-seamers and the changeups low. This is a guy who can throw all 4 of his pitches. We've seen the Lacey. There's a fastball high that gets another big swing. We saw Lacey and Kudrna kind of struggle with their slider a little bit, but Isola seems to be comfortable, or Mazzucato seems to be comfortable with all of his pitches. That's a beautiful curveball, but it's just inside, and Isola holds back in it. I was actually looking at Isola's name when I said him earlier instead of Mazzucato. And that one's going to fly out, and in foul territory they pick it up. That's a catch, and it's the end of the 5th. Manny Smith. 4-seam fastball low. Through these 3 games, like, locating hasn't been the problem. Like, Mazzucato has missed his curveball high a little bit a few times, and I think that if he does that in the majors, he's going to cause us problems, as Smith grounds to 2nd base. Hellman's up next. He's 0 for 2. Got a hit off Kudrna in the last game, so as well. And that curveball again, low. It's grounded to 2nd. I don't think we can argue that his curveball is a call card, because anytime he locates that well and it's low and maybe it's away for certain batters, does a really good job. But the changeup gets hit hard for Deshaun Kersey. And he's maybe going to stretch that into a double. He will, as Mazzucato leaves off a hit here in the 6th. Aaron Sabato. Got to pitch around Sabato. One of the things I really need to get better at is when I'm pitching to players, I need to realize who I'm pitching to. Like, I know Sabata here, he's got some power. He can hit the ball out of the park. We saw it earlier. But sometimes I just don't look at who's on the mount or who's in the batter's box. So, like, I'll pitch Aaron Judge up and in instead of when I really shouldn't be pitching Aaron Judge. I shouldn't be challenging Aaron Judge like that. I'm okay to judge Aaron to challenge Sabato here, and it works. As that's a caught for the final out of the 6th inning. Now we're in the 7th. He's getting up on pitches 82. So if you can get through a quick 7th here, maybe you leave him in for the 8th. But they've done really well. All these 3 pitchers have done excellently. That curveball was left up, but again, not punished. It's flied out to center. That's my biggest concern right now. When the curveball is located for Mazzucato, it's really tough to hit. but he is missing it a little bit. There's a four-seamer down the middle that, again, is not punished. That's the one thing I think we're seeing. When guys are missing, in the few instances that they are missing, we aren't getting punished. There's another one that's hittable, but again, it's caught, and that'll end the 7th. I have been incredibly impressed with these three guys, and they've missed some pitches that weren't punished, but for the most part, they've been locating well. They've been doing really good jobs with their pitches. And he gets Will Holland there on a curveball low with excellent camera work from me there again. Need to work on that. He's up on 90 pitches now, and maybe this is his last batter you ask him to face against Alex Isola. But Mazzucato has been very good. I'm very impressed. And I'm impressed with all these three pitchers. We look like we're going to have a really good pitching staff in the future. With Lacey, Mazzucato, Kruterna, and of course, as I said, Brady Singer up in the majors. But we'll have to see what we do with Singer, given that he's not had the greatest of seasons, as that's the second out of the 8th. Smith is up next. And I would have taken him out, but he's still in here. 95 pitches. He's doing well. He's still hitting his spots. That's a nice fastball on the inside, but a little bit higher than what you'd want it to be. You'd want that to be either be more to be higher or to be lower, but it wasn't, and he misses the changeup. So now he's 2-1. Curveball is located perfectly on that inside corner. Not quite right at the corner, but it's in a good position for the strike to be called. But that's ball 4, and that's a walk. Having a lot of fun looking at these pitchers, but why aren't they taking him out? He's in 3 pitches now. Get him out. There's another hit. Surely they're going to... Well, he walked the last batter, but there's a hit. Take him out, please. They're going to leave him in here. They're going to leave him in for Deshaun Kersey, who's already got a hit today. And he's starting to lose his control now. And I'm not blaming Mazzucato here. And this is going to get down. And this is going to be at least 1 run, if not 2. And it will be 2. Should have taken him out. Can't really blame Mazzucato for that one. They should have taken him out earlier. The Witches are now within just a run of the Northwestern Arkansas Naturals, but now they take him out. Left him in way too long, and Jacob Wallace will take his place. They do win, so we get away with it, and we win. But Mazzucato had 2 runs left up there in that last inning there. He really didn't have to give up, but they left him in too long. A very, very good day for our pitchers. But that is all we have time for during our minor league look at. The Royals have won 2 more games and they're 32-51 now, but we're very much out of the playoffs. I did want to put the draft in this video, but I think with 3 hours of footage to go through now, I think I'm going to have to really tough time to cut this down to under an hour. So we will leave the draft for the next episode. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and the video. And we'll see you guys in the next one for the draft. Peace out, guys.